You need a great opener, like somehow we're adults. Do.
We can record that right
some
now.
Some kind of like.
We can record that right now.
Everybody be quiet.
Somehow we're adults.
All right, Adrian, you want to kick us off since this was your book?
Yeah, kick it off.
The Psychology of Money.
Oh, damn.
Directed by Morgan Housel.
Oh, man, that was... I'm hooked.
You've been listening to audiobooks.
You seen that?
Bro, that was audiobook tone. You heard that?
But I actually read this one on the Kindle this time. Yeah, dude, get a Kindle. That bitch is bad.
Bro, speaking of Kindles, I need to go grab my phone. We'll pause this real quick.
Yeah.
Somehow we're adults. Do.
Uh-oh. Why do my biceps look smaller than yours, man?
Because they are.
No.
You gotta wear, it's tighter shirts, Juan. Come on, bro. It's all about I learned that in like photography or whatever. It's all
I like loose fit. I like to feel loose.
If I eat a lot, I like a loose fit shirt. When I wear tight fit shirts, it makes me like control my eating better.
Yeah, it does. Do you ever do this thing?
Yeah, all the time. I grew up fat, bro. I do that all the time. I have to remember to pull my shoulders back. I grew up fat, dog.
If you grew up fat, you have a natural instinct to go like this every time. And I always do that.
You gotta wear loose fit shirts.
Even with the loose fit, like it's just the instinct.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, even with like the weightlifting belt, sometimes the shirt, like depending if it gets sweaty or something, it'll like come in contact with your skin, and you're like,
yeah.
Nope.
It's just a weird feeling, bro. Yeah, like, cause I grew. You saw when I was fat.
No, I didn't.
You
were
couldn't
always
unsee it, bro. I'm just kidding. Couldn't stop seeing it, bro.
The fucking shorts they made us wear in the Cub Scouts, bro.
Bro, stop playing. With the creases. All right.
The creases, bro.
All right, this book,
Starch.
fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, you like that.
Out of all the books, this is my favorite. But this is also my favorite subject. So, bias on that one. Obviously, you know, I mean, you guys know that I could sit and talk finances forever. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, great shit.
Badass book.
Juan?
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about it is just something I couldn't relate to was when they started talking about stocks. But I had to think about like other aspects. It's like you can't really prepare for... people are constantly preparing for the better and stuff. And sometimes shit just happens. Like that stock market crash and nobody saw that coming. And
bro, the room for error shit that they talk about in the book. He's like...
shit was crazy.
He's like, you have to have room for error. You know what I mean? And
you have to expect it.
Bro.
You have to expect it, bro.
Yeah.
The Big Short.
It's one of the Dave Ramsey things that he says. He's like when he talks about building an emergency fund, which is essentially what they talk about a lot in this book too. And he's like, it's not a matter of if it's gonna rain; it's a matter of when. You know it's gonna rain. You just better be ready for it.
Save until that.
That was awesome because I know a lot of people are just saving money. And they don't really know why they're saving money. But then it's like that whole emergency fund thing. Like, I have an emergency fund, but I didn't really think about it like, oh, shit's going to happen one day. It's just funds that I have there just in case.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, included with my savings. So it's just, like, an amount.
That's what I have, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just include everything. Like,
but when my car got hit or...
car problems are the worst.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're the ones, the most common out of nowhere ones.
Yeah. Car problems and phone problems. I hate having to deal with phone problems.
Bro, phone problems piss me off. Like your phone's, it's something you never think about, and then all of a sudden it starts fucking up, and you're like, now I have to go to the store.
Yeah.
To go buy a new one. Fuck that, bro.
I have to go deal with them. Oh my god, bro. Textbook.
Coming off of easily $1,000 in a day, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
like nothing pisses me off more.
Then they try to like upsell you on everything, like sneaky, bro. Like I leave there, I'm like, wait, my bill just said 200 now. What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Like, what did I do wrong here?
Right, bro. Yeah.
They always get me, bro.
Yeah.
They got me with the smartwatch, the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, oh, it's free. I'm like, oh, cool, it's free.
No, I still got this.
Boom, my thing went up $50 a month. It was like the activation fee. I was like, god damn it. Damn, you were drinking?
I was drinking earlier.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm living life now, okay? Because of this book.
All right, so do you guys want to go ahead and get the rating out of the way?
Yeah, let's get the rating out of the way. It is
cool. So I'd like to go first because this is going to be the highest rated book that we've had so far for me.
It's going to be in the 8s.
Guesses?
It's going to be in the 8s.
For you?
8.9. Higher 8.9, 9.1.
What's the point system like for you, though?
So a lot of it for me is subject matter. And then, like, what did I want to see else in the book? So, like, for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, I gave this book a 9.5.
Damn.
Bro.
That's pretty high from you.
Bro.
That's pretty high
Because this had subject matter. This is, like, the subject matter where it's, like... I don't know. I just am drawn to this. Like I'll watch
Same.
YouTube videos on the same subjects. You know what I mean? Like I love this shit. So I love the subject. I love that it gives great examples.
Examples are crazy,
bro. Because so much of money needs like history with
history,
it.
bro.
Bro,
You gotta
'cause
back it up.
Most people don't even understand that. Like so much of it is history.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing because in my mind I was like 10 out of 10, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, what could I, because I was thinking the same thing you, it's like, what are we rating the system on? And then I was like, in my mind I was like, what else could I have put in this book to make it a 10 for me? And I was like, okay, they didn't talk enough about loans, in my opinion.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah, they should have talked more about loans. I wish you explained the difference between the different kinds of interest, because I mean most people don't know the different kinds of interest and how different things work. And I think a lot of people would benefit from reading and realizing that money is less about math and more,
about risk and fear.
right? Yeah, a lot. I mean, it's quite literally psychology.
Yeah.
Money is directly tied to your philosophy. You know what I mean, about how things work. So
Yeah.
That was me. Juan?
Give it an 8.
Nate.
I'm always gonna do whole numbers. I'm not gonna do points and stuff.
Okay.
I'm always gonna give whole numbers. I did like what they talked about, like some of the lessons, and they used like examples of people that had the money, like they had everything, but they were still willing to risk stuff. And I was like,
Those are
damn.
crazy stories.
And
The guy that had it all and then lost it all.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then committed suicide.
Then committed
Bro,
suicide.
it was
150
crazy.
mil. He had 150 mil and lost it all. And then, oh my god.
now I read
Bro,
the.
they better see me get $5 million one of these days, dude. Listen, I'm so convinced that if I ever make a ton of money, that I'm going to like not fuck it up. I'm so convinced, because I'm not. I mean, you guys see how I live my life. Like I'm not some crazy affluent person. You know what I mean? I'll be poor. I'll be like Eminem, still eating like he's Eminem's rich as
It's
fuck,
'cause
and he's still eating like Hamburger Helper.
He has a G-Shock.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
because
is a pretty
those people in
awesome
history never had books like this for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying like they were barely, like we're so young to this still. Like bro, like we only have like what 200 years, like
Of history.
of history. Yeah, we're
of the
still so
country.
young,
Yeah.
man. So we're still developing everything, but
Bro, and they talk about timelines in the book too.
Yeah.
Like how like depending upon what generation you're born in and like what time frame you're born in determines how you feel about different things, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So like the people they talk about in this book, how the people that were born in the 60s, like the baby boomer generation,
Yeah, the baby boomer.
they're so comfortable with loans because loans back then were like the normal.
Yeah.
Like everybody had a
That
bunch
was
of
their
loans.
era.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone had
yeah.
a bunch of loans. And then I think that generation's learning that that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
like right now, our generation's credit cards. It's the most highest credit card usage ever. That's like our downfall in this generation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy, bro.
Did
Yeah.
y'all? I had the audiobook and I was reading like parts of it in class. But like, what's it called? Did y'all have like the extended version? I'm not sure if y'all had it.
I had this one.
It was basically, it talks about like how everything like in the U.S. why everything's so.
Was that after chapter 20?
It was like at the very end. I think it was after the book, and it just like started talking about like
History.
yeah.
Yeah, This
Yeah.
the book has it too.
Yeah.
Bro, I
That
read
came out
all the way
awesome.
to like the freaking glossary on this
Damn.
thing, bro.
Yeah.
I love that shit,
No, I just read after 20, and then it still had a couple more pages, but I was like, nah.
bro.
Straight.
That's the good shit. They get in the history. They,
Oh, yeah.
like he
Isn't
gives
there a second book to this?
I don't know, but we need to find out.
There was
Yeah.
the one I got on Amazon. I thought I was gonna get the 2 books because it was like $50 for like this book and another book, and I thought I ordered the other book, but only one book came. So.
Because I was telling my homeboy about this book, and he said, "Oh, I'm reading The Psychology of Finance." I'm like, what the fuck?
Same but different.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
What'd you rate it, Adrian?
A 9.
9.
9. It was up there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Like I
wish it
will
was
read
longer.
this again. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one thing I do wish.
And
Like,
when he said it, like I'm trying to keep this book short, I was like, no,
bro,
My
yeah.
subject,
And then
bro.
there was like chapters that only had like 2 pages.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what chapter it was, but there was like it was only a 2-pager. I'm like, damn. And then it went to chapter 16. It was only like 3 pages. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I almost like that though. You feel like you're making
Yeah.
more progress, but
Yeah.
but he's the way he spaces the chapters. It's like
Yeah.
this book is really like 150 pages.
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
not
like
that.
210 pages when you put all the blank pages with the chapters. Bro, you know what I think's crazy? The back of the book, like there's 4 quotes from 4 different authors, and like Tim Ferriss was the first book we read.
Yeah.
He was the author of the first book, and right before we started the book club, James Clear is another book that he's another author that I had just read one of his
Yeah.
books too, Atomic Habits.
They're all connected.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, they're
It's
all
crazy.
connected.
I just feel like since we've started reading, this has like become more of like a thing. You know what I mean? Like we're just like, I'm almost like seeing repetitive authors.
Yeah, not gonna lie, the books I bought, it looks nice. Like in my room, I'm like, it just looks like stacking up.
Bro, as our books pile up here, I'm like, I wouldn't get a bookshelf.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I was looking on Amazon, like the ones that like slide out.
I'm feeling exquisite, dog.
Like finally, I can actually like post my trophies of books I read.
We're gonna change the name. It's not the book club. It's the Distinguished Gentleman Club. We're
I am Juan the gentleman.
One gringo, two beans.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna go read in the study today. You know what I'm saying? It makes
The study.
If I ever get rich, I'm gonna have the study. You
The
know what I'm
study.
saying? Yeah.
The secret door in the pantry that just takes you to a library.
To the study. Yeah. Bro.
Fuck. Oh my god.
All
man.
wood grain ceilings.
What?
All right.
Fucking globe.
What's the greatest lesson you learned from this book?
Oh man. So I really enjoyed this book. So let's see.
I feel like all the lessons that you could learn were in chapter 19, where he gives you a brief summary of every chapter.
Yes. Yeah. Because
I like that
when I was
chapter.
in chapter 18, I kept thinking like, I'm gonna have to read through this again. And then chapter 19 is like, okay, so to bring it all home and then like
Yeah, I was
re-summarize
like,
like,
yes, bro, yes.
This is the perfect time for that.
That was my favorite part about the book, like that summary, and it just like refreshed everything. I was like, okay, perfect. Like he definitely broke it down and then like stuck to the high key points without all the like the, the filler. Yeah.
So my favorite part of the book was the anytime where he was talking about the 2007 to 2009 crash.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about if you looked at innovation at that time, he said if you're an alien just like hovering over New York and like seeing everything that was going on from 2007 to or 2006 to like 2009, he's like, you would think nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like everybody's like, nothing was crazy, nothing was being wild, and then next thing you know, he's saying, you know, like when they pulled up like values on like online, that's when you would realize the huge collapse. But besides that, like just from
normal.
visual, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of cool. But anytime he was talking about the '08 crash, like I'm so fascinated by the '08 crash and how it happened.
Me too. Like I just want to know, like if that was to ever happen again, like how would it feel in modern time? Oh yeah, it will. But
there's a movie I need to put you on, bro. It's called Hank. It's like Hank five days from the brink or something like that. It's a documentary from the VP of the Treasury or the Secretary of the Treasury, which is the person who controls like the Fed.
Yeah.
And he did this whole documentary because he was wanting to let us know not what he did during 2008, but really to let us know that it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
That shit was wild. When he says that, bro, like you get like chills the way he says it, bro, because he's so smart.
But how would you prepare for that now? Or is there no way to prepare?
Because you don't know. I mean, diversify, bro. That's really it.
Yeah, diversify the portfolio.
Have like what he said. Have enough money to like. The best financial strategy is whatever makes you sleep at night. You know what I mean?
That was literally at the end of the book, too.
Bro, that was so
literally
good.
at the. You sleep good knowing that you're happy about the decisions you made.
He's like, we have an unreasonable amount of money in our savings account because it makes me sleep better at night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's a.
It does.
He's like, I'm losing money. He's like, because he said, he kept talking about like what's reasonable and what's what did he say? What makes the most sense and what's reasonable are two different things. He's like, because technically we shouldn't have any of our money saved up in cash. You know what I mean?
I like that chapter too. The irrational or reasonable.
Yeah, rational versus reasonable.
Bro,
yeah, he's like, that's rational.
Yeah,
that's not reasonable. Yeah,
dude, that shit was
like,
crazy.
Because he's talking. He's like, how many times did he say? Most financial decisions are made at the dining room table.
Yep.
And I was like, bro, that's so.
Facts.
I was like,
you know what's crazy? I read that part while eating. I read that. I was like this. I dropped my fork and I was like, the motherfucker. this bitch ass nigga. Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah. Like
bro,
I meant that in a good way.
Yeah, bro, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, what was your favorite highlight, Juan?
The having enough part. Only because of like.
Oh, that quote was cool.
Yeah,
when you posted on your story, dog, I was like, sheesh.
I noticed that too. I was like, this nigga took my quote for my next picture.
No, I didn't. Shit. My quote. Shoot. That was like the best part because like me and my dad, you know, he buys a lot of trucks and shit. And we'll buy like, we have like probably maybe 20 nail guns. And instead of like when one jams, like, and it's just like not working that day, we just store it up and we just buy a new one. So I'm like, why don't we just fix it? And they're like, nah, then we have to drive over here to a guy that can repair it. And I'm like, and how much is that? Like $50 or something? He's like, yeah. I'm like, so you just rather spend $200 on a new one? Yeah. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And then they're always talking about like trucks or whatever like that. I'm like, why do y'all want more trucks? We have trucks. Like, I have a truck I don't even use. Like, and that's when I was like, the whole having enough part, that shit hit me, and I was like, damn, like,
it's better.
Yeah,
It's better to have enough.
And
whenever y'all get some free time, you could just take all those that y'all don't use and just go fix them up in one go.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah.
And then resell them at that point.
Yeah, and then resell them or reuse them. Just keep them in stock. Yep. Yeah, keep them in stock. Like use the new ones, and then after that, if one breaks, fuck it. Let me get the old ones and refurbish, reuse.
And I kind of use that to kind of like wind down like a lot. Because it's constantly like I'm always thinking about like the next step, even on my days off.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I just gotta just relax.
Bro,
like,
as men, that's hard, bro.
Yeah, it is so hard.
Yeah.
So like yesterday,
Just to sit down and watch TV with your girl, bro. Impossible.
That was me today.
I can't do it.
I woke up, went to the gym early. We went to go cut some homeless hair, and then we went to breakfast. And then I came home. I literally laid down for 15 minutes. I was like, "Fuck that! I ain't gonna lay down on my fucking Sunday."
I got shit to do.
Yeah, so
but you got to take time for that. It's just hard, bro. It's hard.
It's a start. So like it was quite rough, and I started it kind of yesterday. So it was like, oh, I'm gonna be home. I went to my brother's game. I did everything I needed to do, and I'm like, it's 4:00. What am I gonna do? And it's like I'm already thinking about the next steps. Like, oh, let me go buy this type of stuff. Let me go do this. I'm like, bro, I never have time to relax. So I had a friend in Melbourne. She and her group of friends were like, hey, why don't you just come visit? And I was like, I've never been to Melbourne.
How far is that?
2 hours. So,
God damn.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck it, why not? So got in my car, drove to Melbourne. I'm away from all the noise I have back here. And I was just, bro, we went to a nice restaurant. From there, we went to the beach to go see the space shuttle, like launch. And
that's near Kennedy?
And then from there, we had a great time downtown. And eventually, I was like, okay, time to go home. I thought the book club was going to be in the morning. So I woke up like extremely early because we usually have it in the morning.
You were there. The Kennedy's near Cocoa Beach, right? That's
it was the SpaceX launch.
Oh, okay.
So
that same area, though.
Yeah, it was awesome seeing it like. Because you would think like it's going to fly straight.
Yeah.
But it went like in a trajectory. Yeah. And then you saw it once it hits like I think the ozone or the stratosphere. You see like the light.
You saw it actually take off.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That was awesome.
That's dope.
I may go again. They do it a couple times, I think, a week. And they post it like when they do it. You can literally go there. Again, I was chilling, so I went to like a Shell's gas station. Got like a case of Coronas. Went to the beach and would just drink and just see the launch. And it was, by the time it was over, it was like 8:45. I'm like, night's still young. Let's just.
Yeah.
Bro, to piggyback off what you're saying, though, and I'm sure Adrian probably feels the same way, like, bro, if you want me to just relax, like, I have to be away from home.
Yeah.
I'm not good at relaxing at home.
Nah.
Like, I got too much shit to do.
Yeah.
I got too much shit to do. I got dishes. I got I gotta cook.
I can't be home, bro. Like
yeah.
Like, I can, like, my wife and I will go to, like, the park. I mean, you guys know the downtown park. Like, we'll just go there and just walk around. And I'm like, there, I can feel like I can finally just chill. There's nothing for me to work on there. Just walk around and just be, you know what I mean? But if I'm home, bro, I can't.
That's why I went to the park today to read, because I was gonna read at my house, but I was like, "Fuck that!" Like, I'd rather just read at the park.
Bro, that's been so hard for me with the book club, bro. Trying to sit down and read, and as soon as I like sit down, I'll grab my book. I'm like, oh, I forgot to go do X, Y, Z.
Constantly thinking of other stuff.
And the next thing you know, I'm like, man, I'm neglecting the reading to make sure I fucking turn the thermostat up. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, next thing you know, you're just like one thing after another. That's been something I've struggled with the book club so far, is because I read so much at home.
Yeah, you know what we need to do? We need to write our own book. It's easy to do. Hire a writer.
Oh yeah.
Hire a writer.
I don't got enough to say besides on the pod.
But if we put all our things together, we can make a real good book.
We can do 3 stories in one book. That'd be cool. Let's whisper.
3 stories of how each people handle their own business, but it would be cool because every person can probably relate to one of us.
Bro, I feel like I could see myself one day writing a book, but I would have to be like over 50 years old. Like, I want to be a grandpa by that time. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I thought about writing a kid's barber book.
Bro, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
cool. It's a start
because there is no kids barber books. It'll probably hit off real good. Like that'd something simple, you know, like you know, like those books that are like one sentence each page.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny, want to go get a haircut today and make it rhyme. Like, I want to do something like that.
Bro, do that. That would be cool. Bro, hopefully. Hell yeah, that would be dope. What was your favorite takeaway from this book?
Me, it would probably have to be. Dude, there's so many good spots.
It really was. Like with the high ratings that we gave, sheesh.
That was a really great book.
It would probably be like reassuring that because I'm very particular like who I get my advice from. But now like this book makes me realize like no advice is like one to actually take too much advice from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you give me advice and Juan gives me advice, all it matters what I choose at the end of the day.
Right.
What makes me happy, and that's what I like. It gave me like a sense of like freedom.
Right.
Like all right, I could just listen to myself and be good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
Yeah. How, at the very end when he comes there, he's like, here's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I like that he talks about that too. It's like,
Yeah, literally chapter 20. Like
whatever makes you sleep at night, bro. That's honest, bro. That's
what I liked about it, bro. Like that, and the same thing how you just brought it up right now. Like it was the summary, and then right at the end of the chapter 19, he was just like, "Nah, this is me," and then it's the whole chapter of 20. I'm like, damn, bro, this nigga goes hard.
It's a lot of concepts in there too. Like I don't know, it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so things that I did like about it. So I like the psychology of how money works during good times, down times, and how it works in relationship with friends and family as well. Because that was something when he talks about the dining room table thing. It's not just numbers. It's judged by your family, friends, and community. You know what I mean? Like if you invest in something and you're excited about it, and then you tell like some people about it, and enough people shit on you about it, you're not going to want to invest it anymore, even if you really believe it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Live that every day.
Yeah, right.
You tell that to a Mexican dad, he'll shut your dreams down quick, bro. Real fucking quick.
Yep. I felt that. That's
That
not
shit
just
just-
Mexican
yeah.
dads, bro. That's
It's
just
every day.
hard dads, bro.
My dad overheard me how much money I was spending on gambling. Well, that's different, you know. But
Yeah, he's straight
and he
up
was like,
open
"What the
hand
fuck
hit
are you
you, bro."
doing? Like, why are you betting?" I was like, "But I won this much. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you won." Like,
Yeah, because it scares him. It doesn't scare you.
Yeah, it doesn't scare me. So it's
Yeah. What about you, Juan? Any favorite things you liked about the book besides the key takeaway? So I have it separated. That's probably about the same thing, though. Favorite book highlight and then favorite likes.
Mine was the ending. Well, there was two parts. One when they started talking about the 2008, the crash or the depression we had. It made me think about what my life was like in 2008 because that was a point where like my mom wasn't working. My dad was, he was an alcoholic at that point. So
no, mine too.
he wasn't really, the jobs were there, but we
Bro,
weren't
we didn't
getting
even realize.
shit.
I don't know about you guys, but like
Yeah.
I didn't realize shit was crashing in 2008 until like 2016.
Oh, I knew
kinda
about
did.
it.
Just because my dad lost his job.
No, looking back on it now,
Yeah.
it makes sense. But in that moment, like if someone told me we were going through a terrible financial collapse in 2008, like I was like, how old were we? Like 10, 11? You know what I mean? Like I didn't give a shit. That 2008. You know why I remember 2008? Where
What?
we were all in 5th grade.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I remember we had our 5th grade.
2008.
Yeah.
No, we weren't. We're
Yeah,
in
we
middle
were.
school.
No, we weren't.
No, we
2008. Well, the
Because
second
Obama got
half,
elected.
second half of 2008, we were in middle school. First half, we were in elementary school, 5th grade.
Oh,
Because
okay.
remember our class shirts for our 5th grade had the 08 on the front. That's how I remember.
Because all I remember from 2008 is literally being in Tomlin, and then when Obama got elected,
We did that like fake vote thing inside school too to see who we'd vote for.
Obama
Yeah.
got elected, and then there was a whole bunch of fights at school. That's
That
what I
was pretty
remember.
funny.
Yeah.
Compared to elementary school, we went from like no fights at all to like fights every day.
There was fights in court.
I'm trying to
Barely
think
though,
how-
compared to Tomlin.
Oh well, yeah, that's a whole different.
Yeah,
that's a
something.
whole
It was like
different-
night and day difference.
But I was gonna say that was gonna be my favorite part of the book, but y'all took it, so I was like, "Fuck, I gotta think of something else." Y'all made me get on the spot. I was like, "Fuck,
No,
this guy's
but
took my shit."
It was the 08 thing because I remember I would always, when I saw quarters like around my parents or like the truck or I would just take them because it was just a quarter thing because I can go to the gas station and just buy like candy there because my grandma's house is right there. So I would constantly like get quarters. If I found it, it's there. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes some of the workers be really, really drunk and they just give me their quarters. I'm like, hey, can I just get the quarters? So I would have like this jar, right? And it was like my little stash. So I just put all these quarters in. And I didn't know how much was in it because I just like to feel how heavy it was. And I remember we were living in a trailer in Sefner. And my mom, she knew, she was like, you have money. And I was like, and my mom always told me like, look, people are going to ask for money. Just know if I ever ask for money, it means it's like, it's dire.
real.
Yeah, shit's real.
Yeah.
So, but she made it seem because my dad would be like, oh, do you got money and shit? I'll be like, no. In my head, I'm like a little kid. I'm like, why is my dad asking me for money? He's a grown up. And then my mom would be like, Junior, do you have money? And I was like, and I'm like, why is my mom asking that? But I'm still saying no because I was saying no to my dad and like my I think the landlord came because we were renting, and my mom was like, "Junior, do you have money?" And I was like, "Oh, shit's real." So I was like, "I hardly have enough." She was like, "Where is it?" And I go into my stash and I bring out this jar, and that was enough to pay for like the bills and stuff like that. I didn't know how many quarters were in there, and till this day, I still have. I have like a jar, and it's just $1 bills, right? It's from work. It's from like bartending.
But a dollar feels like nothing anymore these days too. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
What do you do with a dollar?
But like this jar is literally just on my like little table, and it's just filled with $1 bills, and I'll just throw dollar bills at it, and
Witness, I seen it.
yeah, and now
Look like he's getting ready for the strip club.
yeah, and then I have also
Said,
like
yeah.
I also have like this other jar, and it's just
Quarters.
like change, like
Yeah.
pennies, nickels.
Yeah.
But I know if I fill that up, because I filled it up 2 times now, it's about like 130 to like 150, and that's just change. And you go to Publix or whatever, and we're gonna take 10%. I'm like, motherfuckers, shit.
No, they're gonna take their 10%.
Yeah.
You know where they don't take It's Suncoast, right?
Is it Suncoast?
Yeah.
Yeah, Suncoast you get free. Yeah.
Up
If you
to,
go-
up to a certain amount. We'll
Yeah,
talk,
up to a
we'll, talk,
certain
we'll talk more.
No, but that part was great. And then the last part when it talked about our spending habits as Americans, it was like
we don't
all
even
right,
realize how much shit we're doing.
bro. We
Bro,
have
other
so
cultures
much
are
shit.
so like I think about that on a regular. Like, have you guys ever been to Jamaica on like a cruise or something?
You went to it, right?
Yeah,
I
bro. Like
remember.
the whole families live together. Like Cuba, same kind of thing. Like whole families live together. Like America's like the only
people that live separate.
like that's not very common, right?
No.
Not very common for it to be like a mother and a father and then the kids in the house. That's it. No, it's like pretty common in like other cultures for like grandparents
Oh, yeah.
to be there, like cousins, uncles, like big families.
I cut. So there's Jamaicans that I cut, and there's 3 brothers, and there's another 3 brothers, but they don't know each other. But bro, they're so alike. Like the way they live is so alike. All of them bought a big ass house like together. They have a nice ass house. I don't know if you ever seen the house I pull up early in the morning, go cut their hair. It's huge, bro. Huge. So I go there, and they always talk to me like, yeah, man, well, we all live together. If we bought this big ass house that has 6 bedrooms, and like we all live here.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, well, what about the cars? He was like, yeah, if one of us wants a new car, we all chip in for it.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck,
bro.
that's
It's
kinda
kind of
how-
cool,
bro?
bro.
Yeah, like Indians, like
Mexicans do that too, though.
Yeah,
like,
Mexicans
yeah,
do too.
TRX, fucking Mercedes, fucking Hellcat. I'm like, god damn, bro. I
Yeah.
tried to tell my brother, and he was like, nah. I was like, nah, bro. I'm like,
you got the wrong brother.
yeah.
my grandma's house, the one by the M&M food store. I'm not sure if you've ever seen it there. I know you've seen it there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
The one
yeah.
by Raimundo's house.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Yeah. So there, growing up, my aunts and uncles, we all lived in that
20
house.
people there.
We
bro.
had everybody
20 fucking
there.
people there.
And it was normal for me.
Yeah.
And that's growing up like that. It's like, bro, I always have somebody at home.
Big
So
ass
it's-
German Shepherd.
Oh, yeah.
Big ass German Shepherd.
We have like chickens or whatever. And like that whole backyard, it was supposed to be like a lot. And then there's like nobody. I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure it wasn't our land, but nobody was using it. So my grandma was like, all right, I'm going to put chickens here. And then like, I think it's like a 20-year rule thing. Like if nobody's using this land for like 20 years, it's yours or something like that. And next thing you know, it's just open land. And I constantly tell my grandma, like, can I have this land? And she's like, for what? I'm like, you guys aren't using it. I'm like, I just want to build shit.
What about you, Adrian? Favorite likes?
Of the book, it could be anything.
Yeah.
It can be just how spaced the chapters were, like how you said short, but sometimes I was like, damn.
But you
I
feel
got-
like you're making moves.
Yeah,
though.
it's like I got so into it, I was like, damn, I wish this one was a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? And then there was one, it was that really short chapter I'm telling you about. Like his message there, and I know why he did it so short, is because his message there was so powerful. Yeah, that's what I really liked about it. I was like, yeah.
Now to transition into dislikes, to piggyback off what you just said,
Yeah.
I said I really want more.
Yeah.
I was like, I really enjoyed the subject, and it was like to me, reading this book was like watching a really good movie. You know what I mean? You ever watch a really good movie, and when it ends, you're like, no, like keep going, like you get. Like, what's the thing on Netflix when you, like, binge watch a TV show and when you watch the last episode and you kind of, like, get depressed? There's, like, a whole term for it. It's, like binge watching depression or something like that. Where, like, you get to the end of it and you're kind of, like, depressed. That's how this book was for me. Like, I got to the end and I was like...
Me with anime.
I get why you reread it, though. I get why you reread it because you're like, I want more.
But what was your favorite chapter, though? Mine was rational and reasonable. Because
that was gold, bro. That was a hella good point.
like I never knew they were so different. I
like the concept where he talks about like even the best, smartest investors in the stock market like aren't great.
Yeah.
Like they make a couple really good decisions and then they'd make a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like I like how he said that. It's like you don't want to be perfect. You want to be just right enough. You know what I mean? And I really like that concept too. There was like one chapter on that, I believe, where he talks about like not being perfect. I mean, he brought it up several times in the book. But you just have to be good a portion of the time. You know what I mean? Warren Buffett is great. Yeah. Not all the time, but enough, Then
even the parts where people were just born at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like people were just born in a booming economy, so you can't really take their advice because their situation was totally different from somebody who was born in 2008. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I like too.
Yeah, that was a good point.
Yeah,
that was a really good point. Anything you disliked about the book one?
The investing part. I tried to get into it. I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck they're talking about. I don't invest in stocks. I don't do any of that. And it's just...
You do in a way, though. Because a stock is just ownership in a company.
It is.
And you own companies.
But it was like... I had to like really think about
invest
that.
In Tesla right now.
The split stock.
Invest in Tesla right now, dude.
You feeling it?
That shit's bullish right now till August.
Nah, I'm still not going to invest.
I'm telling you this shit. Just even a little bit.
I'd rather gamble on my parlays.
You be parlaying?
Yeah.
Bro?
What about you, Adrian? Anything you disliked about the book? He didn't bring up mentioning going into Tesla right now.
Not really, bro.
That's why I'm saying I really my dislike was just that I want more of the things I like. That was it. I just wanted more. That was it.
And like I just liked how like thoughtful he was about the reader. Like he was really thoughtful about
what people wanted to hear.
And making sure that, okay, I'm gonna let you enjoy this and this and this, but I'm gonna give you my reason too. And I'm also gonna let you see how my reason also benefited me. And then at the end he's like, but it's whatever you want to do. He always stresses that it's whatever you want to do.
Well, but he gives like really good concepts that most people don't think about too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like his explanations, bro, were like top tier.
Yeah.
Like now, even when I was done, I researched the author and I was like, all right, let me see what other books he got.
It's good stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like one of my, so just to move on to the next point, which is just takeaways. So one of my favorite takeaways is that people can be broke and look rich. And that, because he said that the guy who drives an $80,000 car with $1,000 in the bank, people think he's doing well, but the person driving $1,000 car with $80,000 in the bank, they think he's doing bad, but they would be,
totally oblivious to what really going on.
Yeah. So to speak on that for a second, there was a story I made because I forgot about this until I'm glad I made note of it. But
I should have wrote notes,
bro. There was this guy who came in. You guys know where I used to work. We don't have to say it, but
I want to.
Yeah, we don't have to though. But so I was working there.
Naturally. Go ahead, my bad, bro.
And so I'm working there, and bro, I'm thinking we're getting ready to get like stolen from because this guy looked homeless, bro. I mean, tattered beard, tattered clothes, tattered hair, like fallen like bro, just looked like a bum, like literally as homeless as you could look homeless. And like came up and was like getting some like really expensive meat, bro, like some really expensive steaks. And I literally was like, oh, this guy's stealing, bro. It was like, this guy's stealing. Turns out it was actually one of my coworkers' parents. And that, because my coworker at the time was like joking and clowning around. I was like, does he know this homeless guy? Like, I was like so confused. And because I'm over here like my hair on the back of my neck stood up. I'm like, oh, this guy's stealing. And then my buddy's like joking with him and stuff. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And it turned out it was his dad. And his dad is a business owner and owns his own print shop. And dude, this guy is kind of guy who paid like this is 3-4 years ago, and this dude was paying cash for like brand new trucks. Like the dude is loaded. But he used to wear like Rolex and suits and like really nice attire when he first started his business. He got so tired of people coming up to him and like trying to like talk to him and like ask for money and like go do this stuff. Bro. And so dude just started dressing like a bum and and everyone leaves him alone now. I was like,
my fucking God, bro.
I was like, as a concept, when I heard that when I was like 19, bro, I was like,
that's one thing that just because like I post a lot, you know.
Mhm.
I do a lot of marketing, so people automatically, oh, that's the guy that owns, you know, Fadeaway Barbershop. Oh, or he does this stocks too. And bro, I always
They don't realize you're broke. No, I'm just fucking.
bro, dude. I always have people asking me like, oh, you think you can do this? Oh, you think you can donate to this? Oh, you. I'm like, damn, bro, like, shit,
Yeah,
like
people hitting you up, dude.
because I have a like. The way I do donations is I have like a little savings account, and whenever that runs out, then I don't donate no more.
Right.
Yeah. So and it's
Keep it separate, bro.
Yeah, I keep it separate.
Bro,
So
I
I
have
put
like
it.
I do the same thing. I have
Yeah.
pools for money of different things, dude.
So
if
usually-
there's no money in that account, I don't have money for that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I do it. So I usually put like 500 for donations, and I'll give out. All right, boom. I'll take out 10. I'll take out 10, 20, 50. Depends like the causes. If I'm interested in it, I was like, all right, I'll put a 50 in there, you know,
Yeah.
or 100. But once that runs out, bro, that runs out, and kind of noticed I was just like, yeah, that's probably a good thing that I drive my car what I'm driving right now, so people don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a nice car, bro. That's another thing you have to consider because we were talking about that outside. You know,
Yeah.
you get a nice car. It's tough, bro.
Yeah, and I don't really buy expensive clothes. I just wear black shirts a lot.
Yeah.
Tell me this is the brightest colors shirt you ever seen me in.
It looks out of place, bro.
Right?
I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
Bro. But I really like that part of the book too, because like you can find there's people you won't even know are rich, and then there's people who look rich who are broke as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I really like that part.
The looking rich part, when I was working in health insurance, all these people coming in and like, and that's what it was kind of weird. It's like they're talking about like, oh, how much money you can make here and all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, why are you guys still here? Like, if you're making as much as you say you are, you should have enough time to like
Quit.
enjoy the finer things in life. And they're like, yeah, we just gotta work, and they would constantly just tell you to work, cold calling, and I'm just like, I see this guy every day, sunrise, sunset. I'm like, is he happy doing this shit? I'm like, I'm not happy doing this shit. So when I left that stuff and I just started doing like the whole roofing thing and taking it more serious, it was just like, I'm enjoying myself. Like,
They talk about that in the book too.
hmm
Like that, there's gonna be that person that's gonna work themselves to death just to have, you know, it's like a drug,
Bro, he literally
Money's like a
talks,
drug, bro.
He talked about like retirement in there, and he was basically saying like, you know, I think that the goal of life is you should want to work until you die, as long as the things you're doing for work is what you love.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like that one example of the guy who was a stock trader or whatever, or a brokerage or whatever. He was like he was a millionaire, but he wanted to do that insider trading, which landed him in jail.
Yeah.
And he was already a millionaire just for $100,000,
Yeah.
just for $100,000.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that was
like, bro, you're
He just
retarded.
because bro, that goes back to that quote you posted
Yeah.
where the dudes at the dining room, he's like, oh, bro, his business already made more money than your book ever did.
And he's like, but
and
I
he's
have
like,
enough.
I have something he'll never have. I have enough.
Yeah, and that
bro.
part stuck with me, and I was like, I do have enough.
That poses a question. That poses a question for me, for you guys, because I was thinking about this too. Because you guys are business owners and you guys know that I'm starting something too. So if somebody was offering to buy your business, what dollar amount would you seriously have to consider? Like, at what number are you like, now I want to sell this because that money that they're going to give me for this, I can use to do other ventures? Because I'm assuming you guys are like me. Like, there's no amount of money that someone would give me where I would just quit everything. Like, I would find something else.
I got a number.
I don't think
Go
I'd
ahead.
ever quit.
100,000.
100,000. You'd sell your business
Flat.
for 100 grand.
Yep. 100,000. I can start a whole nother one with 50,000, like even nicer, twice as nicer.
That's crazy, bro. That's lower than I would have thought, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
100,000. It's because I haven't scaled my business to make it more. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the money I invested in the business, and with 100,000, I can already put a down payment to a commercial building, and I can get something bigger and just scale up because I don't need a lot. You know what I'm saying?
My number's like, I told my wife this, in between 3 and 5 million, because at that point it's like, because the business that I'm wanting to start is very specific, right? It's not like a broad business, and I'm like, if somebody wanted to buy it for 3 to 5 million, that'll give me enough to where I'm trying to get fuck you money, right? So fuck you, I don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like that would give me enough money to where I would never have to work again. And that's what I would be looking for if I was going to sell a business. Because in my mind, if I'm starting a business, I like what that business is so much that unless you're going to give me fuck you money, I'm keeping it because I want to build it for myself. I want to be the one building it. That's what I like. Bro, that's mine. What about you, Juan?
Nope, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't sell it at all?
Nope.
You stingy
it's not
motherfucker.
that I'm stingy. It's like, for what? Like he's like, oh, let me buy all your roofing business for what? They're like,
You
all you
wouldn't
gotta
wanna do
do
something
is just,
different?
I'm like, you just gotta just get your license, man. They'll be like,
For me, I see it.
yeah. But no.
I have the same like thing of Juan. What he's saying, like I know what he's saying, but for me, it's like I know I can do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
my
So that's why I was like, and I'm being realistic. Like 100,000, like is realistic for a barbershop. I'm not. If I really wanted to, I could have said, oh, like 5 million. You know,
Yeah.
I want 5 million for my business, but realistically, I'll take 100,000.
And then you'll do it again.
And I'll do it again, but 10x it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Have a nicer everything brand
See,
new.
my number was based on that business is done. I don't do anything with that business anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's me. That like it's not like I sell that business and then start something very similar to that. It's like that chapter is closed in my life.
Yeah.
Onto something different. Because something different might not work. If that one works enough to give me 5 million, the next thing might not work. But as long as I can self-sustain, you know what I mean. That's really what I want is to be able to be completely. Because that's what he talks about. Really, is all people want in life is control over their time.
Over the time.
Yep.
That's it.
But
And if you're putting 50 hours a week into a business, but it's a business you want to put 50 hours a week in, that's
You're gonna be
control over
happy.
your time.
Yeah, you're happy.
That's control over your time, bro. That's retirement.
Yeah, but like if I did have a barbershop that was worth that much, for sure, give me the 5 mil and I won't have to do it again. But
Right.
like realistically,
But then you could go
now-
into doing different businesses. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
I'll definitely do something like that. But
Yeah.
realistically, 100 grand, take it off my hands.
Yeah, but then you would do it again.
And now,
Yeah, that's different.
Now you lost 100 grand. I gained 100 grand, and I'm about to make a barbershop in front of yours and do the same thing. And take out your business. You know what I'm saying? Like you're giving me free money.
Yeah.
it's just
I feel that. Because you would just go back and do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like if I completely close the door on that chapter of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't think I'd ever be able to close it. Like close the chapter of my life because I was born into roofing. So it's like if somebody were to buy that, I'm like, what do I do? Like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm
Flooring?
Yeah.
Just complete opposite.
It's like,
Just
bro,
floors now.
just do flooring, and it's like,
You could always sell.
no, but it's
and,
not
and manage it and
it's
still
not
be a
like,
part of it.
It's not like, oh, you sell it. It's more of like, bro, I'm doing like 100 something hours a week. Now you take that away. Or you wake up on Monday and it's like you'll wake up early still because you're so used to it, and it's like it's kind of like you get a PTSD from it.
You wouldn't want to own a gym or something like that?
No.
There's no other business you'd rather have.
No, that's
That's
literally
wild,
it.
bro.
I know people who do it tendencies like, oh yeah, I'll sell my business for this, but I want to be a worker. I'll work for you, but I need a
I wanna be on the
stable
board.
and I make
Yeah.
my schedule.
Yeah.
It would-
Bro, I would definitely do that.
It's just so weird though, because like I think about that question sometimes, because like we talk about it in my business school and stuff. Like, oh, how much at Kaiser? They'll be like, how much would you sell your business and stuff? And I'm like, I don't think I'd be able to. Like, well, what about the trailer business? If you take all my trailers, yeah, there's a price on all the trailers, and we got them for like a great, basically a great price on each and every one of them. But if you take the trailers away, where am I gonna dump my roofing shit? I'm like, oh, now I need a trailer for the roofs. Oh, you buy the business for the roofing. I'm like, okay, yes, I get the money, but I really wanted to start roofing just for my family because my uncles and my dad did it, and they provide from my aunts. And yeah, you can have somebody like take it over and stuff, but it's like I don't think I'd be able to sell it. It'd be impossible for me.
My thing is like if I could sell the business and then like I mean I have so many different hobbies. It would be like, okay, now I'm going to start a YouTube channel for hunting. Or like now I'm going to focus on making the podcast big. Or now I'm going to you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things I would want to do that it's like if someone's standing there and they want the business that I made and they want to give it to me for 3 to 5, that's what I'm saying. After taxes, if I've got 2 to 4 million, I'm like, let's go. That's just self-sustaining. I have the freedom to go fuck up anything, and as long as I don't spend all my money, I'm good.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay, now think about it like this. Let's say somebody bought your barbershop, right? Has everything, fadeaway barbershop, right? And they don't have that same passion you had it because they put money on it. They didn't develop that passion part. A couple years go by, let's say 2, and then you just say fadeaway barbershop going out of business. How would that make you feel? Hey, it's not yours anymore.
I would buy it back for
That's
cheaper.
what I'm saying. I imagine Adrian would buy it. I was about to say that.
I'll do a Dave and Portnoy and buy it for $1 again.
Bro, that's what the owner of
a
Lazy
lot of people
Days,
do that.
Yeah.
A
Lazy
lot of
Days,
people
he
do
would
that.
sell it. Yeah, he would sell it, and then he would wait for them to start fucking up, and then
Buy it back.
because he knew how much the business was worth. So if it starts to go down in value, he's like, "Nah, give me this shit back."
That's probably what I do. I see a lot of roofing businesses. They'll start their own thing, and I've seen like some like in what was it? I think it's not Ocala.
People
It's south, but they'll have like the trucks, the advertisement, like color coordinated everything. You're like, damn, this guy's doing great. A year later, you don't see those trucks anymore. You don't see the workers wearing the shirts anymore. Like, yo, what happened?
They had them $80,000 cars with the $1,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, it's like you don't like. Oh, we just finance everything. Like you don't own shit. And they're
Horrible.
Like, well, we
Say it all
finance
the
our
time.
tools. I'm like, bro, do you even know how to use these tools?
Bro, the financing thing is crazy, bro. Like how you can finance everything these days, bro. Like stuff on Amazon you can find, like leggings on
That's
Gymshark,
crazy.
bro. Like
Clothes, bro. You could buy one shirt and finance it on what's that?
They have
Stripe or
Klarna.
whatever.
They have Klarna, Afterpay.
Afterpay,
Bro.
There you go.
They have so many things like the whole
Afterpay. I'm
floor
like,
payment.
bro, you're really gonna take
Sezzle.
four payments of fucking $12?
You know,
Like,
you know how I told I told a guy the other day at jiu-jitsu, I told him I was talking to him about loans, and you know I feel a certain type of way about loans, and
you don't like loans?
it depends. It really
Okay.
just depends.
Okay.
Most of the time, no.
I think it depends on what it is.
Because most of the time, what you're doing is you're borrowing your own money in the future for interest.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Like when you buy a car that's $40,000, it's like if you had $40,000, you could just pay for it right now. But it's like, but instead, you're gonna make, you know, small chunks of $40,000 payments. You know, like every month, plus interest. And whatever you bought with that is going to go down in value most of the time. Most of the things you finance go down in value.
I feel like people do it that way just to have a little extra in the bank for emergencies too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I was to give you $40,000 and now I'm $40,000 less, and then
Right.
a big fucking emergency happens when I needed that money,
Right.
then I'm shit out of luck. But if I'm able to finance it, I'm like, all right, I can use this $10,000 and I can still make my payments here and there.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like,
but it's hard. Like I see what you're coming from. Like
but yeah, with cars are like, I feel like cars are like one of the
worst investments
worst
ever.
for middle class people.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to overspend on cars. Because I like Dave Ramsey says that your household, like total household, like income, you should not, whatever your yearly income is, if it's $100,000, you should not have anything more than 50%. Like total vehicle value cannot be more than 50% of your household income. So like if you make $100,000, you shouldn't have 4 cars worth $75,000.
No, hell no.
You should have enough to make $50,000 or less.
Yeah, and you see
that's
people
kinda-
always like, you never see people like, oh, like this is my house or this and that. Like this is my brand new car. And I'm
Bro.
like, oh, bro.
They
I was like-
overspend, bro.
I
They'll
was like,
make
you
it
must-
$50,000 a year with
I was
a
like,
$70,000
You
truck.
must be happy on a shitty investment, bro.
Bro.
That's what I think all the time when I see somebody in a new car. But then again, like it all goes hand in hand on how you see it. Whatever makes you happy. Because I want a new car, but that's just because I want it. You know, I can give a fuck now about if it's a good investment or not. I just want a new car.
Right.
Yeah, not a new car, but you know, like a newer car,
Yeah.
just to look nice. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it talked in the book about like the older guys.
And y'all
that
know
buy,
me,
like,
I'm
a
the complete
sports car.
opposite. I drive piece of shit trucks. You know what I'm saying? Like my truck's falling apart. I love that thing though.
I love my car. I've been driving that shit for more than 10 years. You know, fucked up.
Yeah, mine's about to
But-
be the 8-year mark.
But mine's
Love my baby.
more than 10 years, but it
My truck's
only has
almost old enough to
80,000.
get antique plates.
Dang.
I'm about to get antique plates on that bitch, dude.
That'd be pretty nice.
I don't know, bro. I just
the
love
blue plate.
I don't know. I just yeah, bro. With the yellow.
I like
With the
that.
yellow?
I like that, bro.
Bro,
like
I do
that.
too. I like not feeling like
The payment's horrible. You
no
feel like shit with the payment. No?
even with the payment though, like I've had cars with payments before. Don't get me wrong. I just the freedom of like when I park in a parking spot and someone opens the door and dings my door. And I look at their door and I feel bad for their door because they drive a nice car and I drive a piece of shit truck. Yeah, I say piece of shit. It's a truck.
It's a nice truck. I like it.
It's
Trucks are nice.
Yeah.
It's definitely not, you know,
It's a good feeling.
showroom floor.
Yeah.
But like, bro, I view so many things in life as a tool. And like that is a tool to get me to where I need to go. Like I don't need to be, you know, like crazy with it.
Yeah.
So
Look at chapter 19 and look what it says on materialistic.
what's going on? Bro, this book was expert, bro. I love this book. I already am giving it to my uncle.
Should read that for the people. Read that a little.
All together. All we've learned.
Oh yeah. Go on.
What we've learned about psychology of your own money.
Where's 19? Wait.
Bro, the dentist story. You guys, the dentist story where the dentist killed that guy back in the 1930s.
yeah.
That was crazy,
That
bro.
was crazy.
It was like,
Fuck that nigga up.
I was
Those
like,
teeth, bro.
when I
Those
was
teeth?
reading it, I was like, "Where's this motherfucker going right now?"
Yeah, but it's nice what they talked about it. Like doctors back then, they were just treating for medicine. They weren't treating for the patient.
You want me to read the highlighted parts, Adrian? The bolded parts.
Free. Oh, where is it? It was this badass fucking. Well,
Less, bro. This statement alone.
Oh, right
bro.
here. Be
Le-
nicer and less flashy. That one. 209. Top one.
209. Okay, so I'm looking at 207 where it says less ego, more wealth. Kind of the same process.
Yeah, same
You
thing.
know what I mean? Like so many people care about how other people view them at the parking stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally what? It's that small one up there.
Oh, here's I highlighted this, bro. No matter how much you earn, you will never build wealth unless you can put a lid on how much fun you can have with the money right now today.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because that's what if you think about it, what loans are is they're like you wanting to have fun now at the sacrifice of your future.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy because investing is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Investing is I'm sacrificing what I want now so that I can have even more in the future.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite. Like to me, the mentality behind loans, like I said, is robbing from your future. And investing is the opposite. It's giving to my future.
Yeah.
It's complete like opposite to me.
That's badass. I like that shit.
Good ass book. What else are we looking at? Worship room for error. That's a powerful statement because he's talking about that, bro. Avoid the extreme ends of financial decisions. Gambling.
Easy there.
I just fuck with you. Bro. Ryan Garcia.
2K.
Bro, you lost money on that one?
I won money.
I thought you said you bet Devontae.
Bro.
Or Devin Haney, right?
Yeah, you
I was
were a
talking
huge
about it.
Devin Haney fan.
You told me at the barbershop.
You're
Devin
like the
Haney
biggest
fan.
But you told
Devin
me
Haney
you
fan.
bet-
I told you Devin Haney's looking good. He's looking better than Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, you were like, he's the best,
Looking
man.
right
You told me
love
that
Devin
morning
Haney.
you were betting
You're
him.
I love him.
You told me that
I told you I was betting David Haney with two people in real life because they wanted to. Because I knew how much money I was gonna make at the end.
But on the back end, you bet Ryan Garcia?
Oh yeah, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta learn how to move money. I like to bet.
I wish I bet on that. I had a gig.
You
that
should
day,
like risk because it pays off over time. There you go, Adrian.
Ooh.
You like that? Tell your dad that. When he's like hitting you and you're crying, be like, no, Dad, you should like. I'm just fucking with
You do gotta take risks though.
I took a lot of risks. Look at that.
Save. Just save. You don't need a specific reason to save. Let's go, Ryan Garcia. Look at you,
2K,
bro.
just like that.
You should always bet on Ryan's, bro.
Nah.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It's because I betted. So there's two people. I betted each of them $200, and then I put $200 on Ryan. I was like, oh, okay, so it's a win-win. I'm gonna stay even if I, each way. Boom, fucking Ryan won. 2K in the pocket. Paid them. That was nice betting. Good luck. Boom. Here's your 100. Here's my 2K.
I only bet on UFC.
Bro, we need to do a UFC event. You watch UFC all the time, and I'm like,
I love UFC.
You need to come meet with Colton and I and watch the UFC if you ever
Where
watch.
do y'all watch it at though?
Colton's house.
Y'all never go out and watch it? You remember Brian?
We did once, and it was such a bad experience. I'm like, fuck this, bro.
Where'd y'all go at?
I hate watching shit. somewhere
Dukes
else.
in Lakeland.
No, don't go there.
No, of course not. We just got so tired of like the booths are uncomfortable, bro. The Colt's got this nice ass couch. Bro.
Yeah,
We'll have
I'd
whatever
rather
food we
be.
want,
I'd rather
bro.
be inside a house watching the fights.
Yeah, bro. Just chilling with my feet up, bro.
You remember Brian the blacksmith, the one that posts like the knives and stuff?
Yeah.
The UFC where we saw not O'Malley. It was Holloway versus Gaethje.
Gaethje.
Yeah. He was there, and he was there with his wife, and his wife is like, she's part of a jiu-jitsu club too, so she had all her friends there too, and they're all watching the fight. And I was at the bar ordering, and he was like, Juan, I'm like, oh man, I haven't caught it. We caught up and everything. He's a huge fight fan too, and we were just screaming at like
bro, crazy fight.
Yeah.
The funniest
crazy
one I think was when Hill fought
Jamal
Boatan.
Hill, and he's like,
Yeah, it was funny
Bro,
because
that shit was
he
Crazy,
got Boatan got kicked in the below the
cup,
belt.
yeah.
And Herb Dean was like, oh, and he was like, no, I'm good up.
He like pushed Herb Dean away. Get the fuck out. I'm
Bro,
about
he
to
didn't
beat his
even
ass.
look at him, bro.
He's like, I'm about to knock this guy out, and then you
Yeah.
can check up on me and
Bro.
bam.
He didn't even look at him.
And Jamal Hill's face said, "What the fuck was that?"
No, but that was one of the best fight moments I ever saw was when Max Holloway pointed at the floor.
Yeah.
I literally am like, what are you
Oh
doing,
my
bro? What are you
God.
doing? You're winning this fight. What the fuck is your problem, bro? And then KOs.
On the last second.
Live
That's
in the
like-
moment when it was happening. Live in the moment when it was happening. I literally was like, I couldn't even tell who got knocked out. Because it was
Yeah.
just fists thrown, bro. And then like, it took me a minute to register who got knocked out. Because at that point, when you meet in the middle with Justin Gaethje, you mean, bro, it's whoever lands first.
Yeah.
Hard,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Two
saying?
of the hardest, like,
Bro.
He even
oh
talks
my
about it in
God.
his post conference. He was like, "Man, life's about having fucking risk. I'm gonna
Bro.
do it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it all."
He's
on
like,
the
because
canvas."
I knew if it was the other way around, if I was down 4 rounds,
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje would do that same shit for me.
Yeah.
Bro, and this is the crazy thing. Nobody
Bad
lost.
motherfuckers.
Nobody lost respect for either of them.
Nah,
it's
bro.
just like people are like, oh yeah, he won. Like, bro, like, imagine just in
Could've
a
gone
live,
either way right
like,
there.
bro, I got chills thinking about it right now.
Bro, it's so good.
Oh,
bro.
it's
It's so
so
good.
good.
All right, let's bring us home. So this is one of the things that we talked about earlier. I just figured I'd go ahead and read it because I'm on the same page. It says, use money to gain control of your time, because not having control of your time is such a powerful and universal drag on happiness.
Yeah.
Bro, that's powerful. The ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want to, pays the highest dividend that exists in finance.
Oh yeah. Yeah, slam that book.
Mic drop. Mic drop. That's so true, though.
It is.
Yeah.
That was me yesterday. It's like,
Do what you want, who you want, as long as you want. It pays the highest dividends of anything in finance. That's so true, bro.
That is.
You'd rather make 30 grand a year, but enjoy the fuck out of your life, than make 200 grand a year, but hate yourself.
it's funny because like when I was in high school senior year, I had all these like AP classes. I wasn't happy doing that shit. And then my brother's senior year had the easiest classes. Fucking got home early and everything. He was enjoying life and everything. I'm like,
I had culinary 6 periods.
Me
in
and Adrian
senior
both, bro.
year.
yeah. And I'm
We were
like,
just
damn.
chilling.
And then now in like the whole life aspect, it's like you work, go to school, do all this other shit, and you hardly have time for yourself. And I'm like, why am I doing this shit? It's like, I'm not happy doing it. Let me just go out somewhere and not worry about anything.
I feel like that's one of the things you have to learn on your own,
Yeah,
too.
you gotta learn on yourself.
Your parents don't teach you that shit, because most of the
learned that
time your
shit
parents
COVID.
are like, I hate my shit.
Yeah.
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 COVID was the biggest eye opener for me.
Bro.
When COVID hit, I was like, man, fuck school. Like, why am I really gonna do my, like, I could barely handle school in person. Why am I gonna do it on the computer?
Bro.
Fucking left
Crazy.
school. I was like, man, I'm gonna do something that makes me happy. Boom, barbering. Took off.
It's crazy now because like I did like now I take my grades. I used to take it like extremely serious, like dean's list, high honor roll type shit. And I'm like, look, as long as I'm passing the class, like,
Bro, C's get degrees, brother.
Yep.
C's
Not in nursing.
Get degrees.
Not in
not
nursing.
nursing.
You're gonna have
Trying
a
to be
B
a nurse,
plus.
Adrian?
No, I'm just saying. But I have a lot of clients that are nurses, bro.
Yeah.
They're well, one failed, but
Yeah. Yeah. But that's not a degree. You know what I'm saying? You don't become a nurse.
It's fun.
No,
though.
no, no.
Like now I'm just starting to enjoy life a little bit more. So
Yeah, bro.
gotta enjoy
That's
life.
so
bro.
worth it, man. That's why we
Oh,
do
yeah.
this podcast, bro. I love the fuck out of this, bro.
Mhm.
all
I
right.
see you guys all the time, dude. What's the next book, Swan? It's your turn to pick.
Let's see. What type of book do y'all want? Do y'all want
Probably in words.
Give me something
I like-
nasty.
Oh, y'all want to read some smut, dude? Some of that.
Some-
we should.
some
We should.
shit that I
That
just wanna-
one month we should do that. We should pick like a. No, I don't think that would work out. I was gonna say one of those books like the girls read. That's like auditory porn shit.
Oh,
You
what's
seen
that?
those things?
The Hoover.
Oh yeah, Colleen Hoover.
Colleen
Yeah,
Hoover,
yeah,
one of
wanna
those
read one of
books.
those. Yeah, you read people fucking, bro. I'm not trying to do that.
I promise I won't probably come to that. I won't come to that one.
I'm not interested in that, bro. I'll get 10 pages and be like, no, I can't do this
Yeah.
shit. This
So
is
let's
some chummy
see.
shit.
We did. What was the book previous to this? Blue
So
Ocean.
yeah, Blue Ocean Strategy.
we
did
So you got it, bro.
business,
We've been
we did
working our way
money.
up, so you better pick a fucking gangbanger book, dude. You better hit.
There's gonna be some bumps though. It's hard picking books because you just never know what you're gonna
Yeah,
get.
that's true. That's true.
Because I didn't honestly. I picked this one, but I was like, this one probably won't be too good. But it was not good.
Loved
yeah?
it. Loved it.
I kind of want something to change the mindset. So
Can I-
probably
I'll give you
something
guys some suggestions.
Self-discipline.
Oh, okay? You know, I'll say the next one. There's another book I want to read called The Millionaire Next Door. I've never read that one, but I've heard that one's like game changer.
I look on. I always listen to the audio samples.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
It's like
sounds good.
There's one called like
sometimes-
Power or something like that. It's
Yeah,
like a red
that,
and blue
that
book.
one was
I've
one I
seen
was
that
looking
one.
at.
We just picked the Art of War.
Ooh.
Fucking oh.
Have you guys read The War of Art? How about that?
No,
No.
I
It's a
have
whole nother
not.
book. It's a whole nother book. I've already read it.
What is that
I
one
already
about
read it. That one's talking about discipline,
though? Oh, okay.
really, more than anything.
The War of Art.
The War of Art, yeah. So it's a guy who's an author, and he talks about how like how when you're creating art, like same thing with the podcast, like
Yeah.
there's times you just don't want to do it, and if you only do it when you want to do it, you'll never be good at it.
Yeah,
You have to
okay.
sit down and like discipline yourself.
That makes sense.
But he like puts it in a more understandable. It's a really short book too.
Yeah.
Fucking phenomenal book. It's Joe Rogan's favorite book, and that's the only reason I
No.
even heard about it.
Really?
War of
He used
Art.
to keep boxes of it,
No,
of those
that
books,
book?
and just give them out to his
Just
guests.
give 'em out?
Yeah.
Man,
All right, that might be
pretty
the
much-
book. Let me
yeah.
listen to the sample first.
the War of Art. I would be down.
The art, yeah, and the art of war. I would be down to read that too.
I've always I flipped through that book, but I was just like, I wasn't at the right
Yeah.
mind for that to read that book. But I think now I
Yeah.
am.
Y'all better be ready. When we get to me, I'm gonna say the Bible. We're gonna read the Bible in a month. No, I'm just.
You know what's crazy?
Could you imagine?
You know what's crazy?
I got the Joseph.
There's a guy that came to the shop, and I was booked that day, and he came like an hour before, and I was like, man, like, should I get this guy? But I'm booked all day. I don't have time. And I was like, fuck it, something's telling me I should get this guy. So I got this guy, bro. This guy
blew your mind.
And I knew I was getting more religious as I was getting older. Like, man, like something's telling me to go to church more. Something's telling me to read like more passages. Something like there's signs, bro. And I believe heavy in that shit. And that guy was just like the one to close the deal for me. Like that gave me the biggest sign. Like,
yeah,
bro, I was cutting his hair. He's like, he just asked me. He was just like, you think you're saved? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was just like, yeah, like, do you just think you're saved? Like, you think you're going to heaven? And I was just like, I believe so. And he was like, what makes you say that? I was like I'm a good person and this and that. I was like, but you thank God every day for all the blessings you get, even for the lows you have? I'm like, no, I don't. I do give him blessings for like the thanks and stuff, but not for the lows. He was just like, man, he was just giving me a whole bunch of facts about, well, of course, you've seen what's happened in Palestine and all that, and Gaza, and how that's kind of like already biblical of what's supposed to happen. Like they said, if there was ever a war in that area, then that means like the prophecy is fulfilling itself in the Bible, basically. And he was just basically giving me like facts after facts after facts. And he's like a pastor too. Not really a pastor, but like he's really driven in God. And you know what else he told me? He was like, yeah, I just I sold everything. Like he quit his job. I quit his job, and this church gave me a RV, and I'm just gonna travel the US singing and reading the Bible to people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that he was gonna start his own podcast.
That's awesome.
Man. Yeah. So I actually talked about you to him, so hopefully he gets you on there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. Oh, and he just jiu-jitsu. Bro, this guy
was my twin, bro. Bro,
a
podcast.
Y'all would actually hit it off because
he prays to his opponents.
Out of nowhere, he was coming in and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get into jiu-jitsu." And bro, he's solid now. Like his body type's like Joe Rogan.
Really?
Off of like a year of just doing jiu-jitsu.
Nice.
And like he's really disciplined, and he said he was gonna go all forward with the podcast, and he's even taking marketing classes. I'm like, damn, bro, like that's crazy. Yeah.
So, how old is this guy?
I don't know.
Yes.
He looks young, like 34.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So he's not like an old man.
No,
not like Joe Rogan old. Okay. No. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Juan, you'll just shoot that out, and whenever you pick out a book.
Yeah, I'll shoot it out.
All right, brother. Thank you guys for doing this. Great book.
Yeah,
great book pick, Adrian. My favorite one so far.
You,
so, all right, guys. We'll see you guys for the next.
Somehow we're adults.
I always wanted to say it.
See you guys. Bye. This episode of Somehow We're Adults is over, but if you'd like to support the podcast, you can subscribe to one of the levels of the Patreon, where we will release bonus episodes that can't be found anywhere else. Any of the money that we get from the Patreon would be used to upgrade old equipment, as well as get new gear so that we can make the best podcast for you to tune into. You can also follow the podcast Instagram at Somehow We're Adults, where I share clips and content about the podcast, and the link in the bio will take you to any of the Somehow We're Adults pages. I encourage you to check out another one of the episodes if this is your first time listening, and if you're a repeat listener, thank you for your support. I love making the podcast, and I hope you tune in for future episodes of Somehow We're Adults.